God damn, it's cold in here. Good thing I have this mug on this coffee on my random ass fish mug. I don't know where I even got that one. Just chilling with my bro here. It's funny, I don't go to this balcony ever if I don't film these videos. Today I woke up and I was like, damn, it's not like completely darkness in here, so maybe I should film a balisong video because why not? And today I'm talking about this B Serif I have had. But if you saw my Serif unboxing video, I had this, blurple anodization Serif. But this one is actually the one. Haha, not the one brand. But this is the same Serif, but I just polished it. Why did I polish the amazing ano off? Because there were some problems with this knife when this was released with quality control. For example, with this knife, one of the handle pieces, because this consists of 4 handle pieces, it was like really bent. 2 handle pieces are like this. But with mine, it was like something like this. Like, what the fuck? And if you know that titanium, you just can't bend it like it. If I try to bend one of this handle piece, it will just bend back. It will like spring back. So you have to really use some heat or extreme force. You can't just bend it with your hand. Then I kind of fixed it with some heat and some bending. But in the same time, that process really ruined the anodization, so I just polished it with Dremel. Not a very good job, as you can see. There's like some heat marks and stuff, but I don't really care. I don't really care about that. But yeah. Also, some interesting stuff. I stonewashed this blade, acid etched and stonewashed. I think it looks sick. I feel like the contrast between this, this blade and this handles look nice on this one. What the fuck was that? It's so cold in here that my balcony is fucking breaking or something. So yeah, this Serif, I like this knife. At least in my experience, the quality control was complete ass. I mean, when I got this, the play was like, it was astronomical. For real, astronomical play. After that I have changed the bushings, because the original ones, I made them too short. I have some Titus Kraken bushings, they fit this Serif. Also I have Machine-Wise hardware. Machine-Wise, great company, you really should support it if you have the money for it, because this was really problematic knife, this clone. It was really, there's this term called clone lottery. And the quality of this knife really was dependent on the lottery, Also this knife has... Wait, who is that guy who makes the aftermarket, What is that? I have chippy weights on it. It's good product. But if you live in Europe, it's quite expensive to get them. And if you have a Dremel, I saw someone just cut the original weights in half, and it's about chippy weight. But originally, without the weights, this knife was maybe a little bit too light. I mean, it didn't have the end weight that I wanted it to have. With the weight, little bit too much weight. It felt that like you had to little bit fight the momentum even. But with the chippy weights, it's quite nice. I'm using some TrueLink washers on it and some Nabalis thick oil. I think the Nabalis thick oil is quite good. It's more thin than carbon honey, but it's more thick than the KPL normal version. So you really can get away with more tight tunes than with carbon honey. But okay, let's go into this knife. What I think about this knife, let's go. This knife is good, but it's a little bit niche, you know. Why I think it's niche in a way? It's not your typical competitive flipping experience by any means. Just for this demonstration I took this Tsunami. This is like your typical competitive flipping experience balisong. You know, it's fast, it's light. You can do all kinds of stuff with it with ease. The dimensions are standard, you know. This one is longer than this one. It's well balanced. Stuff like that. But to do a comparison, this is more of like, you might say this is like your nice sports car, you know. It's very performative, but not maybe the most enjoyable experience, or maybe not the most comfortable experience. This is more like Mercedes G-Wagon, you know, G Series Mercedes. But still AMG, it's still very performative, but it's not the typical flipping experience. This one maybe has a little bit more of this, like, you know, momentum going with it. Sometimes it might even feel like it has too much momentum, you know, if that makes sense. This Serif is like cruising around the town, so in that way these are different. I love to do some horizontal aerials with this, because the weight on this balisong is like very like predictable, and transitions like this one are really nice to do. That particular transition is a little bit hard for me. You go like this and then you go this, then you go to this cherry picker thing. I have found it's the easiest with this one, because this knife just has this, you know, momentum. I know you can't get these as a new anymore, but there definitely are many of these in the aftermarket. I mean the second-hand market. But just be cautious, you know, some of these really sounded good, you know, stock, and some of them you can't even get to sound good because there are some machining issues or something like that. I think my oil is getting a little bit cold, so it's not as oily anymore. But yeah, if you know what you're doing, it's quite easy to get this thing to okay-ish, you know, tune and stuff like that, sound and stuff like that. Something I did to this one, you know, I did the whole bending this fucking piece back together how it should be. I changed the hardware to machine-wise ones. One thing people also have done is there's that pivot piece or whatever that is. I'm talking about that thing right there. You can sand it a little bit so some people say it vibrates more freely. You might try that one, but just be careful, because I don't know if you can get any more of those, so please don't go too short. Then you can change the balance to your liking. I like it with chippy weights. If you live in America, it's not that big of a price. You can change the washers, you know, some people swear by stainless steel ones. I like the phosphor bronze ones. I do whatever you want. I guess that is the upgrades you can do to it, and obviously, you know, tune it somehow well. But yeah. Wait, one thing, if you're still watching this video, if you have time, you could comment if it's okay if I post some guitar content to this channel. I know most of you guys are balisong flippers and stuff like that. But also I know that many balisong flippers also like guitars and stuff about guitars, and I have started playing guitar again. You know, I'm this kind of on-off relationship. I wanted to mod my Stratocaster, which was this Mexican Strat Olympic white color. it had this single coil 3 times setup. Oh fuck. But I changed it to HSS, so humbucker and bridge and middle neck are single coils. It's right now at the local guitar service place and they will mod it. Also change the big cord to something little bit cooler, at least in my opinion. It's this tortoise color and it will look sick as fuck. Also the bridge pickup I chose was Black Winter because I like to play some metal music, some rock music. And I thought it sounded the best for that kind of stuff. So please let me know if it's fine if I post some guitar videos, or even if you're interested in that one. But yeah, hey guys, have a nice day, peace out.